MA vocals come in and ask a few questions as well.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Missouri, we know shoots a lot of threes. Just how do you feel like y'all defended them overall tonight?
I thought we were presented with some uncomfortable situations, and we responded really well. Your two starting posts get 2 fouls, not in the first half, in the first quarter. And I made a decision to go small. I didn't sub any posts from the bench. I went small, and ironically, we worked on that the last couple of days. And I thought we defended, we switched, we talked, we communicated. You had a freshman post in there with 4 smalls. I thought what we tried to do offensively was perfect. And consequently, we hit a lot of threes, 10 for 15 from the 3-point line. And we did it without those 2 bigs in there.
Yeah, about Alexis Morris. It just seemed like she's been such a reliable player all this season, but this was a particularly really good game.
Alexis Morris, you know, in the last game was kind of, as we say in the country, puny. She wasn't feeling good. We couldn't really just tell you what her problem was, just didn't have any energy, wasn't eating good. And she didn't get to play much in the Kentucky game. And then she took 2 days off of practice. And I was prepared to come here and not have her, but she said that she felt better. And so Poa started tonight, and then Alexis came in off the bench. You know, Alexis had one of her better offensive games. She would tell you the 5 assists is great, but the 5 turnovers are not good. But she had a good night, considering that she's been kind of out of sync with how she's been feeling the last 4 or 5 days.
Can you also just talk about, from a consistency standpoint, I know it's a little bit, you talked about the fouls and a little bit of a slow start for Angel, and yet she still ends up with the, with the numbers that she.
Well, honestly, did you think Angel would not end up with a double-double? You just expect it. She doesn't, I don't even know how many, did she even make 5 minutes in the first half? Did she even play 5 minutes in the first half? You just expect her to get a double-double. She's just that good. And I think if you watch closely in the second half, we went to her immediately on a lot of things, and she would pick you apart. She found a lot of guys open on the backside that hit shots. When they went to their 2-2-1 press, we didn't do a good job of using her in the middle and had a couple turnovers. And we just got to clean that up a little bit. But Angel Reese, yeah, I don't know how you keep her from having a double-double, honestly. She's just that good. She's that efficient. She's just good.
Coach, you kind of alluded to it in the first half, the turnover issues, and yeah, they did press you a lot, but I didn't think the press was anything harder than what you've seen all year. But still, you had some issues, but still battled through that. Just kind of, what were those issues due to, and how proud of you for the team fighting through them?
Turnovers are about to give me more gray hair and wrinkles, because we work on it in practice. We hold them accountable. You turn it over, even in just drills, deflections, anything where you're soft with the ball. You can't harp on it too much throughout the course of the game, but in practice, you have to clean it up. And then I sit and I go home and I lay in the bed and I'm like, I don't know anything else to do but to hold them accountable in practice. And then I see my son and he's like, keep perspective. You've beaten everybody by 20. And I said, yeah, but think about this. Tonight, if you don't have 19 turnovers and you don't miss 11 free throws, what damage could we really have done without 2 posts in the first half? it kind of makes you greedy. It kind of makes you think, I wonder if we hadn't done those other things, just what we could have done tonight. But that's how I view things. I'm certainly pleased. We just played 2 games on the road. We didn't sneak by and barely win. I felt like I've said all season, we are beating people start to finish. And that's about all we can do. We know what lies ahead and how good the league is. But our next opponent is who we need to focus on. And I thought we held Missouri below the number of threes they make a game. And we talked about that. And I just thought every shot they took, they had to work for.
Hey,
How good has this defense been compared to what you want?
This defense has exceeded my expectations because I think sometimes you have to be fair. 9 new pieces. I really don't know who our defensive stopper is. I'm used to having that one player that is our defensive stopper. And I know when we get ready to do a scouting report, we know who's going on that player. I've seen a little bit out of all of them, especially on the perimeter. I've seen some out of Flage with her size. You're worried there with she's a freshman. She's going to have to guard older people. Then I've seen Kateri Poole come in with her toughness and do a few things. I've seen Alexis have to go guard because she's quick. So I'm having to adjust without having that one defensive stopper. But if you get a little bit from everybody, I'm good with that. I think our depth has helped us. Poa didn't get a lot of minutes tonight, but she started. Poa got a lot of minutes at Kentucky. I thought Jasmine Carson played one of her better overall games. She had to guard Missouri kids that can shoot it, coming off screens, stepping back behind screens. Jasmine is always told by me, do not allow the missed 3 ball to dictate your whole game. And she hit some shots, but she did other things that were just so good tonight.
hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about that moment in the 3rd quarter with you and Angel, where you sort of kind of grabbed onto her face and leaned in close to her. What could you share about that moment? Why it was important for you to talk to her like that?
It was a good talk. Yeah, people think they look at my intensity and my expressions, and a lot of times I'm saying funny things to them or great things to them. It was a good talk, and I'm trying to think honestly what I said to her, because I think I had a talk like that with Jasmine at some point. I just that's the mother in me. I like to hug, I like to touch, but it would have been a good talk. Something about it, you can't hold people down. Something good. It was something probably that she had done good or motivating. And, but honestly, I can't remember exactly. So that I'm having a senior moment right now.
Got time for a couple more.
Yeah, Kim. Angel had she had 16 points after she got her 3rd foul. Can you talk about what changed for her? I mean, 16 points and 5 rebounds after she got her 3rd foul.
She relaxed. I think her teammates and how they performed with her not being on the floor made her relax. I think in the first part of the game, she was frustrated. She felt like she was being held, trying to, probably do more than she really had to do. And she had a frustrating 2nd foul there, and just relaxing and realizing, hey, we got this big lead. Give me the ball. Let me do what I do. And it wasn't any magical thing I said to her or change in what we were doing offensively. I think a lot of that credit just goes to her teammates.
One more question, guys.
Coach, you didn't change identity in the first half, but you became a perimeter jump shooting team, and you were very good at doing it. Not just Alexis. I mean, Jasmine and Flage as well. Can you talk about just ability to kind of change who you were in a time that you really need some help there, and your kids came through.
Well, I said that earlier. Our 2 posts, and I said it in halftime, you guys put us in a very tough spot. So right now, look across this locker room and hug those guards, because we have not been in that position all year. And they were superb in what they did. They didn't rush shots. They took good shots. They were confident when they took those shots. But what was really impressive was what they did on the other end of the floor defensively. That could have been a moment where we were trading baskets, threes and threes and threes, because that's what Missouri does. We didn't allow that to take place. So I was as proud of that small group on the floor defensively. Man, they were talking, switching. They just did a lot of good things. And then consequently on the offensive end, they were clicking.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.